So here's a look at the ring gap. See, I got the ring in there, sitting in there. The wee gap, just to centralise it. I saw this on the internet myself, so I don't think I'm some genius. Shove the piston in there, spin it around to make it even, and that's just one bit of the ball to that depth. But anyway, let's have a look. Where's my fuel gauges? Over here. Here we go. Super organised, as you can see. So 18th hour tight. Now that's after a hone. This ball cleaned up, super nice. I'm going to leave it at that. That one's done. Moving on to the next one. So that's all I'm doing. I'm going to run the rings again. I'm going to run the pistons, and the bearings need to be replaced, of course, which is all standard, so no big deal. Been done a million times. I've gone along with a little die grinder bit and just knocked off any daggy. There was a couple of obvious ones, like one I chipped off with a screwdriver, like it was cast, just to sort of smooth it out a bit. And I'm not going to go over the top, that's all I'm going to really do. Even externally, these have the big cast piece here, and you can grind that off and make them look a bit nicer and whatever. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'll just leave that there. That, you know, for practical reasons, it's only an aesthetic thing. You'd grind it off. If that's the way they were, that's the way they were. Inside the engine part, I think I like it to be as good as it can be, because you can't see in here. You know, with little bits too, like if you I know it helps. I think it helps with cracking. Like if you just clean it a bit, I wouldn't do anything. All I'm doing is trying to help the oil flow down to back to the sump. That's all. Just clean it up a bit. But look at that ball there. The pitting in it. See, I'm gonna run it like that. So old rough town here. Got to figure out how to use my cam bearing tool when it gets here. You can see in the block there's a little bit of serration there to hold the bearing. It's interesting. I don't know if you can see that. See there? I don't think you can see it. It's just serrated a bit. Same at the back where the rear main is. There's little serrations, not sharp ones. Just it must be just to help the oil sort of stay in. But yeah, I'm cruising along, cleaning her up. There's that ring gap. I know if you're going to run more heat and that, you want to have a bigger gap, and this is going to be standard. So I'm already going to have an issue with that pitting, I think, with a little bit of blow by. So I'm going to keep the ring gap as tight as possible. It must have been fine because it was running before and it hasn't got any issues. So, and the pistons, they got a little bit of side wear on them, but you get that. And when you put them in the bore, they're not tight, but they feel right. So I'll do another couple of little checks over just because of the fire thing. Now I don't know I don't know if those lifters are going to live, but I'll check them out. I'll open one up, I'll do a video on it, and I'll check the cam at some point as well, and probably run that as well, because it's just going to be a pretty standard thing. Where I want to get the speed from is the gearing, and being a little bit lighter, so the car isn't going to be full of stuff. It's just going to be stripped down and bare bones. So I think the old 5.1 with the 4V heads on it and a 4-barrel carby, and I'll get a decent distributor for it. There's one online. It's a good one. It's a I think it's an ice or whatever it is. Anyway, it's a good one. It's got a problem with its mechanical advance, so it's cheap. I might buy that and pull it apart and lock it out, because I only want full advance anyway. So it's not a street motor, although it's going to be quite standard. I'm only setting it up to make the thing rev up. So I think I'll put 411s in it, maybe 456s if I can find some. And the tyres, I don't know, I don't think I'll run slicks. I might do, I'll find a set, but I might just run these 255s, get away with them. I mean, look at the tread, they're going to spin like hell, but if I can get them a bit more bald, maybe they'll hook up. You do some burnouts on them, get rid of that pesky tread that you don't need. So yep, that's what's going on here. Mucking around with the Cleveland.